YNW Melly hopes that a new lawsuit filed on his behalf gets him out of prison. The lawsuit accuses the Broward Sheriff's Office of cruel treatment and violating his constitutional rights. The rapper, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of murdering two of his childhood friends back in 2018. Now, he hasn't been able to see or speak to any of his family members for the last 3 years, according to the lawsuit.
I can get the shorter cord, because right there. You can get the longer cord.
Look, he finna be texting like this.
I'm good right here. Look, the cord. He finna be texting like that.
That's not the music cord. The music cord is right.
After new information coming out of Broward County, rapper YNW Melly is now set to be released from jail. As a new report would share, YNW Melly sues the Broward Sheriff's Office for cruel treatment and is seeking immediate release from prison. Melly also claims that they have not allowed him to see or speak with family members in over 3 years. It also shared that YNW Melly has been living in a freezing cold jail cell with no edible food or human contact. It was even shared an interview from Melly's mother paints a disturbing photo of Melly's life in jail, making it sound like he will not last much longer. As Jamie King would reveal that she is absolutely heartbroken for her son. She feels helpless as he's not even being treated like a human.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
As she would then begin ranting over the fact that Melly's been granted a mistrial, essentially beating the court case. As a statistic in the United States shares, a criminal receiving a mistrial gets a bond release or even house arrest 88% of the time, but Melly was denied. He's been stuck inside a jail, and he's not even allowed to use a phone or even look at his own mail.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
With YNW Melly's mother suing the Broward County to get him released, the new lead prosecutor against Melly would show up inside a court today, submitting new evidence files to the judge, explaining why he should not be allowed outside, as he is allegedly a risk to the public. He started out with simple evidence found on YNW Melly's cell phone in the entire trial, where YNW Melly sent a text message hours after the crime, admitting to it, making him one of the most dangerous people in the United States.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time, the YNW Melly account says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Also found on Melly's cell phone was a saved video from somebody's Facebook Live, where it shows YNW Melly and Bortland's reactions to the crime only 6 hours after it was done.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey, but no, still turn, regardless of what happened. You already know.
As the lead prosecutor would end up telling the judge, Melly and Bortland aren't showing an ounce of sadness for the passing of their two best friends. But now with the judge knowing how Melly handled it emotionally, the lead prosecutor then dived deep into what Melly's motive for the crime would have been. This was the one reason Melly was granted a mistrial in the last trial. The old prosecutors did not emphasize to the jury what Melly's motive would have been to commit the crime. However, now the new lead prosecutor found it and gets the chance to reveal it, as the prosecutor would reveal that Melly was best friends with King Von, leading to his arrest. Recently, a rogue O-Block member shared a secret that YNW Melly told King Von, where YNW Melly was asking Von for advice on how to handle a situation with his two best friends, Sack Chaser and Juvie. Obviously, this is all before Von sadly passed away.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walter Bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
As he breaks down that allegedly YNW Melly wanted to go after Sack Chaser and Juvie because those two were going after Melly for financial gain. The group YNW was set up as a legitimate business with a registered LLC. They would perform concerts, sell merch, local shows, and all the money would be funneled into one bank account. With 4 YNW members, allegedly Sack Chaser and Juvie assumed they were gonna get 25% each. However, Melly wasn't having it. They weren't doing any work. They weren't performing any shows or selling clothes. And Melly did not want to split the money. So if you know anything about Vaughn's past and how he handled situations, you can likely guess the advice Vaughn would have told Melly to handle it. This was allegedly the missing piece of evidence the prosecutors missed during the original trial, which was a motive. None of that will be proven until the next YNW Melly trial, but right now, it stands as the sole reason that Melly committed the crime. So now that you know the motive and Melly's emotions, the prosecutor then investigated through the physical evidence of the crime, such as the Jeep that they were driving in. As during the original trial, Sergeant Williams revealed there is no way this could have been a drive-by, and the person that committed the crime had to have been sitting in the back left seat of the Jeep they were driving in.
Assignment, which is to determine if this is a drive. And my determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this picture here, which is a very good picture to describe it. All of these rounds are done. One is done at a stationary position. At a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in that to create the little bit of a that you see there.
Okay, a lot of information in that answer, so let's break it down a little bit. You mentioned so I'm gonna zoom in on site F. Number, you said 17 outside the car. How many rounds were inside the car?
3.
And can you exclude for Mr. Williams and Mr. Thomas is coming from outside of the car?
Yes. From the driver's side back seat.
As to the shot that Christopher Thomas, where did that name from?
Driver's side back seat.
Okay. Is it possible for there to have been 2 inside that car?
No.
Why not?
There is no time.
As during the original YNW Melly trial, Sergeant Williams revealed the crime had to have happened inside. This is when YNW Juvie's mother went to the stand to share who was sitting in that back left seat.
And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How's that?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Mm-hmm.
And is that a yes?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Jamel.
And Jamel, is that the defendant, Jamel Demons?
Yes, ma'am.
As while the prosecutors are working on building the case to prove Melly's guilt, YNW Melly's lawyers are working on getting him released by suing the Broward Sheriff's Office. As stated by a report of, YNW Melly's double M retrial is set for September 2025, with his mother Jamie King giving an update outside of the courthouse.
Free Melly till he's free. He's coming home, guys. Just patience. So we did have court today, him and Board. They both had court. And so basically, the judge put a new trial date in for September 10th of 2025. Please make it make sense. I don't know. I don't know. At this point, they need to just dismiss the case. So, and yeah, he still doesn't have phone calls. Still no visitation. He's still in the new facility all alone by himself, no contact. He's not allowed to have contact with any other inmates. They move him around with several guards. It's like something you never...
As YNW Melly's lawyers were able to put in good paperwork to try to get the YNW rapper released from jail. This is then when it was reported the new judge hears YNW Melly's lawyers out on a bond release. With many moving pieces for the retrial, a delay could be likely. Expect the rapper released soon. The prosecutors then once again wanted to put an end to it very quickly, as the courtroom got scary from here. It's important to know the Florida Police Department arrested Melly and Bortland on February 13th, 2019 for the passing a sack chaser in juvie. Melly was granted a mistrial in the case on July 22nd, 2023, but Melly has remained inside of jail since 2019. Meanwhile, YNW Bortland was released on a bond for multiple years. The police ever since day one have only wanted Melly. This even dates back to the week of the crime, where YNW Bortland was interrogated by police, where he literally hints towards him being the innocent one throughout the interview.
And I'm driving, ducking for my life, trying to make sure I don't get hit. And you telling me, you telling me about some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. I'm driving. I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna be worried about? You know what I'm saying?
I know it's not for you to worry about.
Shit crazy, bro.
But if you tell me it happened there's gotta be some evidence there. There's gonna be broken glass, just like there's broken glass over here from when you guys opened the doors and stuff like that. Okay, there's gonna be broken glass over there when the windows got out. There's gonna be casings from the people at your car. Okay, there's gonna be evidence over there. Okay, right now there's nothing. I kind of think I know what happened because I got information.
As ever since the interrogation, YNW Melly has been the only main suspect. Police believe that he is the one guilty of doing the crime towards sack chaser in juvie. The officer even said, "I believe I know what happened, but I can't say it yet," meaning he already knows Melly did it. We even caught a glimpse of how scared Melly's mother is for him during the original trial, because when Melly was granted the mistrial, his lawyers requested Melly to have a bond out of jail, but sadly the judge denied it instantly, almost as if the judge knew the prosecutors are the ones that messed up. They're gonna do a retrial and he'll be sentenced. This caused his mother to break down into tears, leading to Melly asking if she's okay.
Sorry.
We'll just
as this would end up getting the attention of rappers in the industry. Rap OG Boosie would speak on the stress that Jamie King has been going through.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
As while the likelihood of Melly being released from the new lawsuit this week is pretty high, there's only one massive thing getting in the way. This would be the new charges that Melly was hit with alongside YNW Bortland.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation, or conspiracy to commit tampering and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction. YNW Melly, his real name is Jamel Demmons. He's actually in plain clothes in the courtroom for the first time in months, again, as this judge really starts the long process of seating a new juror.
As these new charges are all connected to YNW Bortland's massive mistake, Juvie's father would end up exposing how Melly and Bortland were witness tampering and even what code words they used to make Melly's ex-girlfriend not testify against him in the original trial.
Both Melly, Jamel Demmons, YNW Melly, and Cortland Henry, who is known as YNW Bortland, are now charged with witness tampering. It sounds like the prosecutors are saying there was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they're going through extreme measures to try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
then on top of that, it would be announced that YNW Bortland was arrested for what was found in his home. While he was outside shopping for groceries, his house was raided by the feds and they found insane paperwork stuffed into a suitcase against Bortland and Melly.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with the witness.
As it was then announced, here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of Bortland's home last week as filed into the Broward clerks by the state. With these photos here of YNW Bortland going to the courtroom for one day during the original Melly trial and then immediately drawing down on a piece of paper where all the jurors were sitting, a description of what they looked like, and even allegedly their names. You may not think it's that serious, but say Melly was sentenced to life in prison. Who would have Bortland given that piece of paper to, and what could have happened to the jury? To understand how serious it is, here's Academics' reaction.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Like, god damn. Holy sh. You know what I mean? Like, brother, like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.